Here's one for RACHEL Music MAM. Showing my Led Zepp vinyls. Now, yeah, I think the only original one I have here that I bought at the time left is Led Zeppelin 4. I've owned, this is my favourite by a mile. I just love this album beyond belief. This is in my top 5 greatest albums of all time. Never, ever, ever get sick of it. First time I bought it was an Australian copy. Bought it in '69 when I was 18. It's the right age to be into Zepp. I was the first one in my group to get into Led Zeppelin because I bought a 45, which was highly collectible for a long, long time before CDs became available and stuff. But I actually bought the single. They actually released a single off this album, in Australia at least. Good Times, Bad Times, and Communication Breakdown. What a killer 45. And I didn't know who they were. I took a punt. I just liked the name Led Zeppelin. And I might have seen the name Jimmy Page mentioned. Yeah, I think it was in the credits, the co-write on the song. I went, Page, Jimmy Page, he's in the Yardbirds. I wonder who Led Zeppelin is. You've got to remember, this is Australia in '69. It might as well have been 1369. We didn't find out anything out here until months after the event. So I took a punt on it. I just went, oh, Led Zeppelin, cool name. Page was in the yard, and I put it on with my mates, and they just went, what is this? And I said, I don't know, man, this is great. And then my mate Peter, he actually bought the album before I did, and that was just something else again. I mean, this album, we used to hang out with these rich people, and they had a fantastic stereo system. And to hear this album at that time, oh God, I love this album. Never get sick of it. It's so powerful. This is the UK copy. Don't ask me to. I think this is an original. I can't read the dead wax. Don't even ask. Well, it's not a plum. You know, it's not a plum, but it's pretty much close to it's an early press. UK copy. This sounds great. I played this not long ago. I actually made a short video about me playing it. The vinyl I'm talking about for the first time in a long, long time. And it is just so great. Much, much better than the remastered CDs I have. I think they probably, 2009 or maybe even a bit earlier than that. The trouble with them is that they're almost too clear. They are Jimmy Page ones, but they're not 2014. They're definitely earlier than that. The CDs I'm talking about. I can almost... I use them just with a Discman when I'm out in the yard, out the back there. You know, it's all right, but to me, they sound like cut and paste jobs a lot of the time, especially the second one. You can almost hear where they've overdubbed, and you can almost hear the cut and paste bits on it. Whereas on vinyl, you don't notice it. It all just flows smoothly, beautifully. So I'm not a fan of the CDs, but they're just there as because I don't want to wreck these, you know. I really, really love these albums. So I only play these for special occasions, once every 20 or 30 years. This might be the last one I'll ever hear them. So I can say that this sounds absolutely freaking fantastic. This is, actually, what am I saying? This is not a first pressing. I looked this one up. The one I had before this was a first UK press. Sorry. I've probably owned this about 3 times, I would say. Original Aussie, went, got a UK, sold it in the purge. Somehow I kept 4. I don't know why, and it's not my favourite by a long shot. Somehow I managed to keep 4, but all the others went in the purge. I just don't understand that at all, but that's the truth. Probably just had it filed away somewhere and I just forgot about it. But, oh God, I'm waffling. No, this is a late 70s reissue. My apologies. And this sounds freaking fantastic. It's a strawberry. studios in the UK did this, a press of this in the late 70s. I think Graham Gouldman of 10cc was the co-owner at Strawberry Mastering and whatever, pressing, whatever all that stuff is. And this one, I listened to this with headphones a while back, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. Now, some people go, oh, the Strawberry vinyls sound like shit. And then other people say they sound fantastic. Well, I can tell you that if you can find a Strawberry in the Dead Wax, Led Zepp 1, you're on a winner. It sounds absolutely terrific. Much better than the CDs. This sounds absolutely fantastic as well. Listening to this through headphones relatively recently. My original Australian of this had an interesting gatefold. It's highly collectible now, and I wish I'd kept it. It was on the Australian Festival label, the red, green and silver, but it had a completely different inner. It has a picture of the band with a sort of a greenish hue. It looks quite cool. It looks really good, actually. But I was quite happy with it until I saw one of these in an import shop not long after I bought the Australian one. And I opened it up and went, oh, God, what's this? And it was a US copy, actually. So I think I sold my Aussie one to one of my mates. This is a nice, heavy weight. Yeah, you can feel the weight on this one. I've tried and tried. It's not a Robert Ludwig that I can tell. But this is a... I can't see, it's a B, and hopefully that's an A. Yep. K40037A and K40037B. This whoops along, this one I'll tell you. This sounds terrific. Very, very good. Man. Yes, indeed. Still a great album. I still prefer the first one. Always will. It was just such a powerful album, that, and it still stays in my mind. But this was an excellent follow-up, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's US or UK. I honestly can't read that. This is my second favourite Led Zeppelin album. The wonderful, this is the wonderful Led Zepp 3. And I must admit, after this, I started to lose interest. I bought them all, but these first three are timeless to me. I just love them. Love them beyond belief. Yeah, this is my second copy of this. The first I bought at the time. Pretty much wore it out, but this is an original from that time. But it is a. I just want to see if it's UK or US. No, it's a UK copy. Sounds great. Actually, this one doesn't sound too bad on CD. Led Zepp 2, for some reason, I can almost hear the cut and paste jobs going on in it, and I find that really irritating. But I'll put those sleeves back on in a minute. So that's my second. My favourite is Led Zepp 1. My second favourite is Led Zepp 3. My third favourite was Led Zepp 2, which I've shown. You're going to freak out, Rachel, when you see what comes where I put 4. I think you have an inkling already. I know it's your favourite. I don't crawl up anyone's ass, mate. I love this when this came out. I gave this a belting. This is my original. It's an Aussie. Yes, it is. So I do have 2 originals that didn't disappear. 4, which I haven't played since I bought it 50 years ago. And this one, which I bought, 49 years ago or 48 years ago. This one got quite a lot of play. I really like this. Yeah, Houses of Holy. This is an Aussie press. Slightly thin. But that could just be the production. Um, don't know. I haven't heard any other version to compare it with. I think this is a New Zealand. Um, all right, just to make you happy. That's my original Aussie I bought in 71. I think it came out. It makes it 50 years old, and that means I haven't played this vinyl in 50 years. I was quite happy I bought it. I went, wow, great, new Led Zepp 4. I love 3 so much that I bought this immediately when it came out. As you can see, it's in absolutely superb condition. It hasn't been played very much. Played it, and we were happy. Me and my mates were very happy with it. We go, oh yeah, it's just sort of along the lines of 3. Getting a little bit too much folky stuff on here for me, but I love Black Dog and Rock and Roll. What 2 killer opening tracks. Yeah, it's in freaking fantastic condition. This I probably played it, half a dozen times, and then AM radio. We didn't get FM radio out here until the mid '70s, and AM radio picked up on see, and when the levee breaks, that's the other one I really dig on this. But see, Misty Mountain Hop and Going to California and Stairway to Heaven and the Battle of Evermore. I don't like folk music. I've never liked it. I just don't like folk music. It's as simple as that. I don't mind the folky tracks on 3 because they're quirky, but these are just sort of too much into that hey nonny no hey nonny no sort of folky shit. So this album to me wasn't a disappointment. We liked it, but then AM radio picked up on 3 of the tracks on this and just thrashed the hell out of it. And I haven't played that album, since 71. Played it half a dozen times and then heard it too much on the radio. And then FM picked up on it and thrashed it to death all over again, just so everyone could hear it in stereo, proper stereo. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Rachel, but I do put it ahead of Physical Graffiti, though, because it's got 3 there's 3 killers on this for my personal taste. I mean, it's not a bad album, it's a good album, but it's just too many things going against it. And to finish up, I stopped after this, and I actually didn't buy this album at the time. I actually gave up after Houses of the Holy, and a friend of mine had it, so I thought, it's all right, I don't need to buy it. But I did pick this up about, 10, 20 years ago, because I just always been a sucker for these, these, what do you call it? This sort of stuff, I had a Some Girls, the first one that was taken off because Lucille Ball didn't want a picture in the Rolling Stones album. I gave that to my nephew. Cutouts. But I think from memory, this is a New Zealand pressing. If I'm right. Yeah, baby. Check it out. You don't see many of these around. New Zealand press. A population of about, I would say, when this album came out, there would have been lucky to have been 3 million people there, if that. Australia's population would have been probably 12, if that. So these are pretty rare. Yep, New Zealand. The cover is probably printed in the USA. So the actual vinyl was printed in NZ. Anyway, that's enough for now. Just to cheer you along with your Led Zepp hunting, in your hunting gear. Yeah, In the Wild's the best. Look, Rachel, the best time to have bought these was just when everyone was trading in their vinyl for CDs. But then, of course, no one realised at the time because they were trading it in for CDs, comprende? So that was the best time to get these. And maybe, I don't know, maybe, look, in a place like the US where they sold literally millions of these records, you've got to be able to find pretty good copies for a reasonable sort of a price. Why pay $50 for some remastered abomination when you pay $50 and get like a VG double plus original? I'll be going for the original every time. Absolutely. Anyway, 15 minutes. Bye for all.